We believe that this golden lost city is the most important discovery after the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun.
This is Aten, the city people once believed existed only in stories. For decades, historians, archaeologists, and scientists searched the deserts of Egypt without any signs of this place whatsoever. However, in 2021, a routine archaeological excavation near Luxor, Egypt, finally brought this forgotten city back into the view of the entire world. And what surprised the researchers wasn't just the discovery, it was how remarkably well preserved it was. Entire streets, houses, workshops, and everyday objects had remained buried beneath the sand for more than 3,000 years, almost as if the people had vanished overnight. So what really happened to this extraordinary city? And how did archaeologists finally find a city that had been lost for more than 3,000 years? Let's get into it. Lost City Found. In September 2020, a team led by Zahi Hawass arrived near Luxor to begin a new excavation. The area sat between the Valley of the Kings and some of the most famous temple complexes in Egypt. The goal seemed simple. The team hoped to find the remains of a funerary temple. Nobody expected anything more. Day after day, workers removed dry sand from the ground. The work followed the same routine that archaeologists know well. Every brushstroke revealed a little more of the past. Everything looked normal at first. Then, the desert began to tell a different story. Small edges of ancient mud bricks started to appear beneath the sand. The discovery seemed ordinary in the beginning. Ancient walls often appeared during excavations in Egypt. The team believed they had found part of a simple structure. The feeling around the site remained calm. Nobody imagined what waited below. As workers cleared more ground, the brick lines continued farther than expected. The walls did not stop. They stretched into new areas and disappeared beneath untouched layers of sand. The pattern immediately caught the attention of the researchers. Something about these walls looked unusual. The excitement slowly grew across the site. Every new section revealed more surprises. Instead of straight foundations, curved shapes emerged from the earth. The design did not match the funerary temple they hoped to find. The strange layout created confusion among the team. Experienced archaeologists studied the walls and struggled to explain what they were seeing. The deeper they dug, the stranger the discovery became. New structures appeared almost every day. The number of walls increased again and again. The site seemed to grow in every direction. Workers uncovered more mud brick buildings made from river silt and straw thousands of years ago. The scale no longer matched a single monument. It looked far larger. A sense of anticipation spread through the excavation. Every hour brought another unexpected reveal. Then a small flash appeared among the dust and broken clay. One member of the team noticed a bright reflection. A careful brush uncovered a piece of precious metal hidden in the ruins. That single moment changed the mood completely. Gold rarely appears in ordinary buildings. The discovery hinted at something important. Suddenly, every wall seemed more significant. Every room seemed to hold a secret. The team realized they might be standing above a place connected to great wealth and power. The maps offered no clear explanation. The growing structures contradicted everything archaeologists expected to find there. Curiosity turned into confusion. Confusion turned into excitement. Excitement slowly became shock. With each passing day, the outlines of something enormous emerged from beneath the desert floor. What began as a search for one ancient building was transforming into something much greater. As the sand continued to fall away, the true shape of the discovery started to appear, and the team found themselves standing at the edge of an entire forgotten world, waiting to return to the light. Streets frozen forever. As more sand disappeared from the site near Luxor, an astonishing picture began to take shape. The discovery no longer looked like a collection of scattered ruins. It looked like a place where life had suddenly stopped and never started again. Long streets stretched across the settlement. Narrow alleys connected different areas. Doorways still marked the entrances to homes where families once lived their daily lives. The scene felt less like archaeology and more like stepping into a forgotten moment trapped in time. Then something completely unexpected appeared beneath the sand. Some walls still stood nearly 3 meters high, even after more than 3,000 years. They looked so complete that they hardly seemed ancient at all. Archaeologists could walk between them as if the people who built them had left only yesterday. Every step brought the lost city back to life. Every passage revealed another piece of the city's story. Every corner created a stronger sense that the past remained alive beneath the desert. The deeper they explored, the more organized everything appeared. Nothing seemed random. Builders had carefully planned every part of the settlement. Residential districts occupied specific areas. Open spaces separated important sections. The layout showed clear purpose and order. This level of planning revealed a community that understood how to manage space, movement, and daily activity. The city operated with a design that reflected intelligence and careful control. While studying the layout, the team noticed something impossible to ignore. Researchers discovered rare zigzag walls running along important routes. These walls looked very different from the straight designs normally seen in ancient Egypt. Their unusual shape immediately attracted attention. The pattern created protected spaces and natural divisions throughout the settlement. Some experts believe the design helped strengthen the structures against harsh desert conditions. Others focused on the symbolic meaning hidden within the unusual form. Whatever the reason, the zigzag walls gave the city a unique appearance, unlike anything most archaeologists expected to find. As researchers moved farther into the settlement, the city began to feel strangely familiar. It no longer looked empty. People could easily imagine workers carrying supplies through busy pathways. Families could gather behind the preserved doorways. Children could run between buildings while neighbors talked in nearby courtyards. The silent streets seemed ready to welcome their residents back at any moment. That feeling grew stronger with every new area uncovered. The city appeared so well preserved that many structures looked abandoned only recently, rather than thousands of years ago. Even the outer defensive walls remained visible, showing how carefully the settlement controlled movement in and out of the area. The preservation felt almost impossible. Time had passed, but the city refused to disappear completely. Yet the buildings themselves told only part of the story. Hidden inside these preserved spaces rested something far more personal. And those discoveries would soon reveal the people who once called this extraordinary place home. Echoes of daily life. As archaeologists continued their work near Luxor, they started finding something even more valuable than walls and buildings. They began finding traces of real people. The discovery suddenly felt more personal. Behind every room stood a human story waiting to be told. Dust covered these objects for more than 3,000 years, yet many of them remained almost untouched. Each item carried a small piece of someone's daily life. Slowly, archaeologists began to understand how people once lived here. In one area, researchers uncovered a large food preparation center. The size of the place surprised everyone. Dozens of ovens stood side by side. Large clay containers filled the area. Long ago, workers used these ovens to bake bread for hundreds of people. Even after thousands of years, the remains of charcoal still rested inside some of them. Scientists also found traces of grain at the bottom of several containers. These simple remains revealed how food moved through the city every day. The next find carried a message from the people who once lived there. Archaeologists found cooking vessels covered with written markings. One inscription became especially important. It mentioned a butcher named Kui, also known as Chavi in some translations. The text recorded food prepared for the third festival of Pharaoh Amenhotep III. It even included details about supplies and preparation. For historians, this small message felt like a voice speaking directly from the past. The city was no longer a collection of ruins. It became a place filled with living people and real routines. More discoveries soon followed. Inside homes and work areas, researchers found tools used to make clothing. Stone and ceramic weights remained where workers once used them. Bone needles survived the passing centuries. Some still showed signs of wear from repeated use. These objects revealed the skill and effort behind everyday work. Hidden among the household items were signs of love and family. Children's toys emerged from the soil. Small amulets appeared beside them. Long ago, families carried these amulets for protection and comfort. The simple objects added warmth to the story. They reminded everyone that parents once cared for their children in these homes, just as families do today. The city still had more stories to tell. Scientists found traces of cosmetics and oils inside containers. They uncovered fishing hooks, tools, and other personal belongings. These discoveries showed that the residents enjoyed a stable and comfortable life. Most ancient Egyptian discoveries focus on kings, temples, and tombs. This city revealed something different. It revealed ordinary people, bakers, workers, craftsmen, parents, and children, finally stepped out from the shadows of history. Their lives survived through the objects they left behind. Yet while these discoveries revealed how the city's people lived, another part of the settlement was about to reveal something much bigger, something that helped support the power, wealth, and influence of an entire empire. Power behind prosperity. Another part of the settlement showed how this city earned its wealth. This area worked like the beating heart of a powerful system. Here, skilled workers transformed raw materials into objects of great value. Large workshops filled entire sections of the settlement. Every building served a purpose. Every activity supported something much larger than the people who lived there. A new layer of the story started to unfold. Researchers entered rooms where craftsmen once spent long hours creating beautiful objects. They found evidence of jewelry production on a remarkable scale. Gold workers shaped precious materials into luxury items. Artisans produced decorative objects with incredible care and skill. The remains of faience production appeared throughout the area. Fragments connected to ancient glass manufacturing also emerged from the ground. These discoveries revealed a center of craftsmanship that operated with impressive organization and precision. The scale continued to grow with every new find. Archaeologists uncovered molds used to create scarabs and other important symbols. Tiny religious figures once passed through these workshops before reaching temples, palaces, and important ceremonies. The city produced more than simple goods. It created objects that carried meaning, power, and status throughout ancient Egypt. Valuable materials arrived from distant regions and moved through a carefully managed process. Nothing happened by chance. The city also preserved clear signs of government control. Researchers discovered administrative seals and official markings connected to government activity. These items helped historians link the settlement directly to the reign of Amenhotep III. The evidence became stronger with every discovery. Officials monitored production. Records tracked supplies. Administrative headquarters helped control the flow of materials and finished products. The city operated under close supervision. Its success depended on planning, coordination, and authority. The picture now looked much larger than before. This was not a small local settlement serving nearby communities. This was a major economic center supporting one of the strongest periods in Egyptian history. Precious metals, rare minerals, and valuable resources moved through the city before reaching royal destinations. Workers, administrators, and craftsmen all played important roles inside a system that stretched across the empire. Every workshop connected to a larger network. Every product contributed to royal power. The city helped transform resources into wealth on a massive scale. As archaeologists pieced together this hidden world, they realized they were looking at one of the engines that helped support the rule of Amenhotep III. Prosperity flowed through these streets. Skill filled these workshops. Authority guided every process. Yet beneath this image of order and success, something far stranger waited in silence. Deep inside ordinary buildings, discoveries emerged that no one expected, and those unsettling clues would soon become some of the most mysterious parts of the entire excavation. Secrets beneath floors. The discoveries in this area felt completely different from everything that came before. Instead of tools, workshops, and household objects, researchers found evidence that created confusion from the very beginning. Hidden beneath the floors of ordinary buildings, something unexpected waited for thousands of years. These discoveries did not fit the picture of normal life inside the city. The peaceful picture of daily life suddenly took a dark turn. The atmosphere around the excavation changed almost immediately. Inside one building, researchers uncovered human remains buried beneath a layer of compacted earth. The location itself surprised everyone. Ancient Egyptians usually buried their dead in tombs and special burial grounds. They followed clear traditions for these ceremonies. This discovery broke those traditions completely. The body rested inside a building rather than a formal burial place. The unusual location raised serious questions among the team. The details became even stranger. The position of the body did not resemble a normal burial. The arms rested close to the sides. The knees remained tightly together. The entire arrangement appeared unusual and uncomfortable. Some experts considered the possibility of a ritual. Others examined signs that might point toward a difficult event in the city's past. No explanation fully matched the evidence. Every answer seemed to create new uncertainty. The mystery deepened only a short distance away. In another part of the settlement, archaeologists uncovered the remains of large animals beneath houses. The bones belonged to cattle, including cows or bulls. This discovery surprised researchers just as much as the human remains. Ancient Egyptians valued these animals, but they normally kept them in separate areas or connected them to religious locations. Finding them beneath residential buildings seemed highly unusual. The pattern did not match known practices from the New Kingdom. Several theories quickly emerged. Some researchers explored the possibility of special religious activity. Others looked at symbolic traditions connected to protection and belief. A few considered whether unexpected events forced residents to act outside normal customs. Yet none of these ideas fully explained the evidence. The city continued to guard its secrets. Every buried clue seemed to hide another layer beneath it. Scientists refused to stop searching for answers. Experts began studying the bones in greater detail. DNA analysis and soil investigations became part of the ongoing effort. Researchers examined every surrounding area, hoping to discover new evidence that could explain these strange discoveries. So far, the silence has remained stronger than the answers. Even after thousands of years, the settlement continues to challenge the people trying to understand it. These unsettling clues suggested that something important happened here long before the city disappeared. And hidden behind those unanswered mysteries stood one man whose decisions may hold the key to understanding everything that followed. Empire then vanished. To understand why this remarkable place disappeared, archaeologists had to look far beyond its buildings and artifacts. They had to follow the story of the ruler who created it, as Amenhotep III, during one of the most successful periods in Egyptian history. Historians often call this era Egypt's Golden Age. Wealth flowed into the kingdom from Nubia. Gold arrived in enormous quantities. Prosperity reached nearly every corner of the empire. Instead of spending his reign on endless wars, Amenhotep III focused on building. He ordered the construction of magnificent temples, grand palaces, and ambitious projects across the land. Among those achievements stood Aten, the city now emerging once again from the sands. During its finest years, Aten represented strength, stability, and royal power. Important officials worked there. Skilled craftsmen supplied valuable goods. Foreign visitors arrived to witness the greatness of the kingdom. The city became a symbol of success at the height of Egyptian influence. Yet even during this period of prosperity, powerful changes quietly approached. A new chapter waited just beyond the horizon. As Amenhotep III grew older, his son prepared to take the throne. That son would later become known as Akhenaten. His decisions would transform Egypt forever. Soon after gaining power, Akhenaten launched a dramatic religious revolution. He rejected many traditional gods that Egyptians had worshipped for generations. He promoted the worship of the sun disk above all others. This decision shook the foundations of the kingdom. Ancient customs suddenly faced an uncertain future. The impact reached Aten directly. The city depended on the old system that Akhenaten then wanted to replace. Then came a move that changed everything. Akhenaten established a new capital at Amarna. Orders spread across the land. Officials, workers, and craftsmen left their homes behind. Workshops emptied. Administrative offices closed. Storage areas remained full. The departure happened with surprising speed. Aten did not experience a slow decline. It did not suffer a great disaster. People simply walked away. They left behind tools, supplies, and possessions that archaeologists still find today. The silence arrived almost overnight. Years later, after the end of Akhenaten's rule, Tutankhamun attempted to restore many older traditions. Evidence suggests that people considered bringing life back to this abandoned place. Yet, the city never fully recovered. Time continued moving forward while Aten remained behind. Archaeologists discovered preserved seals on entrances and buildings throughout the settlement. These seals suggest an official closure, rather than a chaotic collapse. The city seemed to have been deliberately left behind and carefully shut away. The desert slowly covered everything. Century after century passed. The memory of Aten faded from the world. For 3,000 years, the city slept beneath the sand. Today, its return is revealing a lost chapter of history and reshaping everything we thought we knew about ancient Egypt. What makes this discovery so important is that it changes the way we see ancient Egypt. For years, most of what we knew came from tombs and monuments. Those places told us about kings and rulers, but Aten tells us about ordinary people. It shows us their daily life, economy, technology, government, religion, and the way their society worked. Now that the lost city of Aten has been found, what do you think is the greatest mystery still buried beneath Egypt's ancient sands? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss our next discovery.